What's up everyone, my name's Robbie, this is Robbie and Manil, and today we're talking about, well, how I'm a field blogger. So there's a lot that I want to get across in this video. On the one hand, I want to talk about the potential of earning extra income and the drive to maybe potentially make enough money to retire from your job one day via something like blogging. I just want you to be able to learn from my story. I want you to understand how you can potentially make money by starting a blog, but also reality and expectations, and the fact that, you see tons of people on YouTube saying that they make thousands and thousands of dollars every month blogging, but the opposite can also potentially happen. So by the end of this video, I want you to have a great grasp of the business model of blogging and how you can potentially make money. And I also want to reflect on maybe what I've done wrong in the past and maybe why I didn't succeed. So let's go ahead, run the intro, and let's get started. Okay everyone, let's go ahead and get started, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below whether you've ever tried to start a blog or tried to create something to make extra income or replace your income. I would love to hear from you, and I want to hear if you've succeeded in what you've tried to do or not. Okay, so this is my website, stockstreetblog.com, and for all intents and purposes, this website has unfortunately failed. Now, why has it failed, and why did I not make that much money on this website? Well, we're going to go over all of that, but generally, what is this website? Well, that's maybe part of this whole problem. So when I was getting started with this whole thing, I was just in awe of some of these bloggers who were making crazy amounts of money every month by just creating a personal finance blog and talking about money, essentially. These were blogs like Michelle Schroeder and Budgets Are Sexy. So a lot of these blogs at the time were doing these income reports, and I was just very inspired by what I read about this whole thing. Now, I had come from a personal finance background as a financial advisor, and I just thought, you know what? These people are really doing a good job making lots of money, more than I was making for sure, by just creating a blog and writing articles, and I actually love writing articles. And in college, I was actually a pretty good writer, so I thought, you know what? Why not go ahead and try it? And I went into this whole thing blindly, and I didn't really understand how blogs make money or anything like that. I just said, you know what, why don't I just start from scratch, make a blog, make a website, and then make some articles, see what happens. So what I wish I had known first was how websites make money in general. And so that's kind of where I want to start off with this thing. So how do websites make money? And so when it comes to monetizing some type of blog or website, really there's kind of three main ways that companies or blogs will make money. So the first thing you have is advertising, which of course is just putting ads on your website. Now, we're going to go through how you can do this and how you make money doing it, but that's a very big one. And by the way, that's how a lot of people on YouTube make money as well. You're watching this YouTube video and an ad's probably going to pop up before, after, or during this video, and I will receive some income from that from advertising. So the other way to make money on a blog or a website is by having something called affiliate marketing, which is when you put links to products or something like that on your website. So what happens is someone goes and they click a link that's on your website and they maybe go sign up for something. So for example, one of the links I have on my website is to Barron's newspaper, and sometimes if people read this article that I wrote that has this link, they'll hit the link and they'll go sign up and basically buy a subscription to Barron's newspaper, which is like an investment newsletter. So after affiliate marketing, you have selling products. So if you have some type of product that you can sell on your website, maybe it's your own product that you've developed, something like that, that's a way to make money. And of course, products can also be services. So maybe you have a service that you provide to someone, like you're a consultant for something, and maybe you can provide services via your blog, and that's another way that you can potentially make money online with your blog. Okay, so those are three of the main ways that people will make money online. A lot of times, you're going to find people, the majority of money that people make are going to be within one of those three categories. Now, Let's take a look at advertising. So when it comes to having advertising on your website, there's a few companies you can use to do this, and one of those is called Google AdSense, and that's a way that some people go, but honestly, there are better advertising companies that you can use inside your website. So one of those might be considered Mediavine, for example. Mediavine is going to give you a decent CPM, or essentially what that would mean is that the amount of people that see the ads on your website, you're going to get a decent amount of money for every 1,000 people that will see the ads on your website. But the thing is with something like Mediavine, because they're pretty high quality, you need to have 50,000 sessions, or essentially 50,000 people that will be looking at your website in a month to be able to sign up. And so that's actually quite high for a lot of bloggers, especially those starting out. So there's some other ones that are a bit lower. So one is called Ezoic. You need 10,000 page views to be able to sign up with them. And then there's one called Monumetric, which is 10,000 page views as well. And these are probably going to give you much higher CPMs or CPCs than Google AdSense essentially. And as you'll see, you do need to have a decent amount of views to your website to be able to even sign up with these companies. Okay, so when it comes to advertising, let me just say that the main goal of my website was to get to the point where I could have enough visitors coming to my website that I could put ads on my website. That was essentially my very first goal, the only thing that I wanted to accomplish with my website when I started the whole thing. I knew that I wanted to get to that point. And where I was back then, which was basically 2016, 2017 when I was going through this, I needed to have about 15,000 views to my website. That's what I figured out at the time to be able to get a decent advertiser. Okay, so what happened in this whole thing? Well, let me show you what happened with my views. The peak of my website was 6,951 views in a 1-month period to stockstreetblog.com. That is the best I ever did. And as you know, I said that at the time I needed to get about 15,000 views. So I was way short. To this day, I kick myself that I never was able to accomplish this. I never was able to get ads on my website. And for that reason, I just have not made much money on my website. Okay, so now we go back and we go through the 3 ways you can monetize a blog. And so advertising was one, but the next one is affiliate marketing. So you can see here that I've had 124,069 page views to my website since I launched it. Now, these are some of the different pages that people have gone to. And for example, I have an article on Amazon Mechanical Turk, which is a way to earn extra income with something called Amazon's MTurk. And so I have that. It's one of my most popular articles, obviously. And here's the thing. Of these articles that I have, only some of them actually have affiliate links inside them. So these here have basically some affiliate links that have been able to drive some income to me via these pages and the links that are inside these pages. And so I think you'll understand now that since not all of these are highlighted, I can't find great affiliate links for every single thing that's inside my website. They don't always mesh with the things I'm writing about. So it's, to me, not as great of a way to make money as having ads on my blog. I would just really love to have both of those things, and I only had one of those, so my blog never truly was doing great when it came to making money. And so when it comes to making money, I am sure that you would love to know how much I've made on my website, and that's exactly what we're going to go over here. Now, let me preface this by saying in 2017, I quit my job. I went to meet my now wife in Europe after she graduated for her MBA. Then, after traveling Europe for a few weeks, we flew to the Philippines, which is where I currently live, and I stayed in the Philippines with her as she worked her full-time job, and I tried to make this thing work for over a year. I went deep into digital marketing, SEO, Google Analytics. Everything that I thought that I needed to learn, I did, and I still was not able to turn this thing around. And as you'll see, the best I did in 2017, my first year doing this, I made a whopping $147. It's sad, and it was rough, and it was tough, and I did do some consulting stuff on the side, but honestly, I put like a lot of effort. Most of my day went into these articles that I was writing for this website. I was able to get to 24,000 page views over that time period, And that is likely what I would have needed to get in a 1 month period, not an entire year, which is what we're looking at here, to really be able to make okay money with this blog. Fast forward to 2018 and you'll see I was able to make a little bit more money with a decent affiliate, which was Uber. I had this article about Uber Eats, and that thing started to do kind of well, and so I made a little bit of money there. But again, still, I did not make that much, $1,125, and I was able to get it up to 41,471 page views for the whole year. Now let's go over to this graph here, and we'll see. So I started off 2017, 147. I peaked at 1,125. I went down 2019, and in 2019, by then, I was done working on the website. I have not posted anything on this website since probably 2018, I believe. So it's all just been sitting there, no new content. I haven't done anything with it. It's just sitting there and making me like a little bit of money. I made $394 in 2019, $771 in 2020, and so far this year, as of August 31st, I made $99. And now going back to the different ways to make income, we know that I wasn't able to make it with advertising. My affiliates just weren't doing that well, and honestly, I wasn't getting enough page views. If I probably got more page views to the right articles that had the right affiliates in it, I could have made a lot more money, but I didn't, and that's just the way it is. Some people will get an article that hits, that ends up having a great affiliate in it that's driving a lot of money, and some people, they just won't happen to them. Out of like 100 articles, I think I have almost 100 articles on my website, and there's just nothing that's really driving revenue to me. The next thing is selling products, which I don't do, but a lot of people do sell courses. So, and the thing I do, so if it's making extra income, they might have a course on that. If it's investing in the stock market, they might have a course on that. A lot of people who are doing the FIRE movement might have a course on how to get to FIRE. And so I wasn't doing any type of products for myself that I had made, and so on that front, I wasn't making any money on products as well. Okay, so at the end of the day, I didn't succeed. So why? So first off, there's a huge community within the personal finance blogging niche, and if you ever start a personal finance blog, you'll see that there are tons of websites that kind of like interact with each other and talk to each other on social media and stuff like that. Now what you'll see is a lot of these websites have something in common. Not all of them, but a lot of them have this one thing in common, and it's that they're all likely trying to get to financial independence, retire early, also known as FIRE. Now my website was not a FIRE website. It was really more of just about investing in general. And that might be the one thing I started off that was wrong. Of course, I shouldn't have tried to be a FIRE blog if I'm not trying to get to FIRE. But the other end of the spectrum, I didn't really specialize in anything. I was just kind of doing very broad personal finance stuff, and I wasn't getting very deep into, I think, any very specific subject. If you look at some of the blogs from back in the day, you have Making Sense of Sense, College Investor, White Coat Investor, Credit Donkey, Millennial Money. A lot of these blogs, almost everyone I just mentioned, they started off about making extra income and also doing FIRE. And so I think maybe one of the reasons I didn't succeed is because I wasn't going niche enough. But hey, you know what? Maybe my articles were bad. I don't know. At this point, I don't know why my articles didn't do well. People talk about backlinks to your website and being able to get up in the Google rankings by making sure that you have good websites that are pointing to your website to be able to have good rankings and things like that. There's all these things, and at the end of the day, I don't know why a few of my different articles did well and most of them did not. I just don't know. But opening up all of this and looking at my website again and actually logging into WordPress and figuring out what's been going on, it does get my wheels turning and thinking maybe one day I should start this thing back up again. So the question is, am I really done? Have I failed? Or is there going to be a time where I try to get this thing started up again, get some good articles on it? Maybe I've learned more over the past few years since I started this thing. Maybe I can get this thing jump-started again. I don't know if it's going to happen, but maybe it's a possibility. So anyway, I hope this video helped. I really wish I was making a video telling you about how I made crazy amounts of money on my blog over the past few years, but it just didn't happen. So anyway, if you like this video, I would love for you to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see future content that's kind of like this, and I got another video coming up on the end screen. I'd love if you took a look at that, and it's coming up right now.